everybody, how is it going? And welcome to the Planet Zoo stream. We are streaming a brand new zoo that you probably haven't seen yet. So in my Let's Play series on YouTube, we are going to be starting a new zoo. And it is called Forevergreen Wildlife Refuge, and episode 1 hasn't been up yet. I'm still working on constructing some things before we get the first episode up, and that's pretty much what we're going to do in today's live stream. We're going to work and finish off the entrance building for the zoo. So yeah, I'm going to give you guys a quick little tour. You guys will see all of this kind of a little bit better in the not the live stream, the episode when it comes out. But this is what we have so far. Just a nice parking lot. We have our sign, welcome to Forevergreen Wildlife Refuge. For those of you who don't know, Forevergreen is the name of my blog. I have a blog where I like to write different articles and blog posts about different climate change and ecological crises, and how you can help combat it at home by, adjusting some simple things in your life. There's quite a few blog posts on there right now, just kind of discussing a lot of the things that are kind of in the game, like land sharing, land sparing, just climate change in general, the exotic pet trade, stuff like that. As well as there's a discussion on evolution, and a piece on how these different ecological crises could lead to us having stronger viruses in the future. So that is all on my Forevergreen blog, which is linked below the stream. So I decided, let's make a zoo that is based on my blog Forevergreen. So here we are in Forevergreen Wildlife Refuge. We don't have much yet, but that is what we are going to work on today. We are going to help kind of work on this entrance building. I've started a little bit, kind of tried to get down a layout of something that, something kind of like the idea I was thinking. I am going off of an inspiration photo that I have right here, so if you see me glancing down and back and forth at it, that is what I'm looking at. It's an inspiration photo. And if you were in the last live stream, or if you watched the live stream, we built this here. And this is like a guest facility. It has some shops and some restrooms in here. As well as, if we come all the way around, this gift shop, where they can come in and buy some balloons and some Fantastic and stuff like that. So this style of construction is what I want to use for the zoo. So it's like a rustic, kind of modern rustic style, contemporary, and that is what we're going to be working with, and that is kind of what I've started here. So these are the entrances. This is where they will actually physically enter the zoo. And in here we're going to have some, in here we'll have like information kiosks in here. So they can come in here and, get the information that they need. This will be a nice staff room. And then, yeah, so that's pretty much it. So I guess we can go ahead and get started. What, I'm struggling with is like roofing, because as you can see, roofing is a really important aspect. You have to get it right or else the building looks weird. This has a lot of different angles and heights and levels and things like that, and that kind of helps to make the building look more interesting. So what we need to do, there is an aspect, so this is kind of what's going on over here. This is looking at the photo. They don't have this in there. So maybe, because I was going to make this in like a fireplace, but I'm thinking if we instead lower this down, right about there is okay, and we do, oh, I don't even have the thing, try to do something where it looks like there's quite a lot of space in there. How big are the staff rooms? Let's go check that. The little staff room is 2 blocks wide, so we could fit a staff room in here if we wanted to. Oh, the game is doing that thing where we just don't have like a grid. Is that the right height? Looks like it. So we could put a staff room in here. I was thinking I wanted to put the staff room over here because there is a door there. Let's try and line this up. There we go. Like that. I thought that would be kind of cool to be able to see them going in and out of that staff room. Oh, I made my ponytail way too tight. It's like hurting my head. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. Do we have windows over here? We do. We might be able to incorporate these windows into the actual house. Let me see. We need construction pieces. We need this. Oh, interesting. Our grid is off. Oh. See how it's off? We can try. That's really annoying. How are we gonna get this to fix? The way to be able to do this, it's like super complicated, but if we duplicate this, is that the right height? Yes. How is that? Oh, okay. I see what's happening. I was so confused. And then what we have to do is get this to stack on there. Ugh. There we go. Then we have to move this whole piece, because when you move it, it doesn't adjust the height. So that's I'm just gonna leave this the way we had it, because for some reason this grid system is just being a dick. So that's gonna stay like that. I think one of the easiest ways to fix that actually is if we start separating these into separate buildings. So if I select all of this, I'll say separate that, and then we can I don't know how to do this. We'll select all of this, but I don't want any of these pieces. Ugh. go. And then we're going to separate all of that. So now we have 3 different sections of the building, and that will just make it easier for the grid system because it just can't handle more than that. Alright, so the feature that I really like is that how did they do this? It's kind of difficult to do in the game. So we have 2 peaks. Let me just remove all of this for now. And try and figure this out. So we have 2 peaks. Pretty steep, actually. We have one that lines up with the door. And then we have one that goes just a little bit higher. So if we select that, yeah, it does something like that. And the building goes up to there. Actually, instead of doing all of that, because that's going to ruin what we have there, I'm going to select all this, and we're going to move it up a square, like that. Yosh. Yes. Now, actually, this roof, for this front section, goes all the way under, and then this is a window. I don't know how we can do that. It's a window. Let's see what pieces we have for the glass. I don't even think the glass has any angular pieces. Yeah, no. It's fine. What do we have over here? We have the doors. Trying to figure out how we're going to do these pillars. Because if we use this piece, do something like this, that's going to be a pretty thick pillar. So we do that. That is going to go right about there. cool. So there we have a pillar. And what we can do... Oops, we need to go into the building. Let's move that. Is that... We need it to be flush. There we go, that should work. And of course this is not right. And then this is gonna go up here. Like that, and then one more. Like that, and then we can select all these pieces. Slide it over here. Flush. I think that's pretty good. Nice. Okay. So I think the problem is this is a 3-story house. I'm trying to make it 2-storied. So then this part up here, right here, is a balcony. So we'll keep that piece there. This piece isn't here. I think the roof just stops and that part is just exposed, but I think it is covered by the roof on the top. Okay, so we get up here. Now we need to use those peaked roofs. And this has like a roof with no bits in it, so we're gonna use what? That's deep. It is relatively, really kind of. Let's try this. And then I'm going to do that so that we can place this right where we want it. Like that. Alright, so what we need to do, I'm going to, okay, so let's select all these pieces. We're going to make these into a building so it's easier to move them. Be all of it. So we're going to say move into a separate building. And then we're going to go into that building. Okay, so these pillars need to move in a little bit. Like that. And then this one needs to move in. now, back here, we have a window. So what I'm gonna do is say, well, first what we need to do is go in here. See if we can put that in there. Perfect. Well, it looks like it might be more like this. And that is a door or a window door, like a sliding door. So let's go look at the glass pieces and see how we can make this work. Here we go. We have all these glass pieces. Let's go into this building. Alright, so hey Juju, love the game, checking out the stream. Alright, hello. Professor Game and Talk. Wow. We are attempting to rebuild a house. We're modeling our entrance building after this house. I'm just having a little bit of trouble trying to get this to look similar. What we need to do, I think we need to use these bits because these bits have more options. There's not as much like beams and stuff in the door, and we mostly just use those square ones over here. So I'm gonna try and do, let's put these there. Another level like that. Then we're going to use these and do something like that. Did that line up? Okay, so then we have the window, and that looks pretty close. The only problem is now we don't have walls to fill in these gaps, and I wish the game had something like that. What we might be able to use is these non-gridded pieces, because I think you can turn these any which way you want. So let's try that. I'm gonna use snap really quick so we can get this flush. Hello! Is that all glass up there? Yeah. This window right here. So let's turn on 45 degrees. We're gonna plop that up. So that doesn't go 45. Let's try 30. I think 30 is it? Yes. It's 30. Or is it? It's not really. We're gonna have to just freehand this curve. There we go. Good enough. Actually, let's use these pieces. These are way more narrow. I'm gonna rotate this like that. So I forgot to ask about this when you mentioned it yesterday. But what was that show you were talking about that you were on? Monsters? Are you talking about Mr. Beast? I was on a Mr. Beast episode on YouTube. Nice, look at that. I'm gonna try and slide this up. So that bottom corner is like that. And we need to go down. There we go. And then we should be able to just go bam, bam, bam. We'll adjust the rotation. Let's see, we'll grab one of these. No. No, we'll stick with this. Go like that. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so now we just need to select all of this. We need to adjust this rotation. Not like that. We need to go here and do something like that. Down. And we are across the map. Okay, so that is good. Now let's duplicate that. We're going to turn 45 degrees back on. Rotate it around like that. Try and get this as flush as possible. And this is going to go over here. We want that corner to line up like that. Just need to move it down a little bit. Oh, there we go. So now if we back up, try and get a view of this. I think that looks pretty good so far. I think that was the vibe we were going for. What is this? Why is that there? So, that's a little bit tricky. What we can do is select these pieces, try and squish these in. So no, that is what we're gonna have to do. Squish that in. And then we just gotta move these floors. So I'm gonna separate those from the building. Monster, I've never heard of him. Really? You've never heard of Mr. Beast? He is wild. He gives away a lot of money to a lot of people and to like some really good causes. And he lives here in the town that I'm in. So there's a lot of opportunities to be in his videos. So do that. Alright, looking at this picture. Let's get in here and try and adjust this. We have this window. Let's try and make this door. So to make the door, we're going to take these pieces. Can I turn off rotation snapping? Yes. So let's rotate these up at 45 degrees. Boop, boop. He also has a gaming channel. Mr. Beast Gaming. What episode were you on? So it's not really like an episode like a show. But the name of the video, let me go check. Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast. Nope, that is the wrong Mr. Beast. I'm subscribed to all of his channels. That's Mr. Beast Gaming. And that is Mr. Beast. So, the episode is called... would you rather have $100,000 or this mystery key? And it's from 2 months ago, and there's a picture of him holding a key with a bunch of money, and there is a pink and black checkerboard background. He doesn't have a lot of videos on his channel. He only posts like, I'd say like once a week, because his videos are really insane. Like the production value is pretty high, so if you just go to his videos, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 9th one back. Yeah. It was really fun. It was a surreal experience. It was like a full-on production team and stuff like that. So it was kind of cool. So we're gonna put one in there. We're gonna put one there. And that gives us a lot of space to work with for the door. And this door has 2 window panels on the side and then window panels going up. And I kind of want it to be open, but I don't know if this style of door is going to call for it to be open. So, what? Ooh, this could work. This could work. It's just going to need to be... So I'm going to place that there. Slide that in. So that works really good, actually. And then we can put the actual door swinging open. So we need to go... We can edit, we can work in this building. To make this door, it's got glass panels in it, but if we just don't put pieces, it should work. And what we're gonna use, we need to get some thin pieces of wood. Yeah, like these. Yes. Let's give it a snapping. That. There we go. Oh, excuse me. We need to see how wide this door is. So that piece is a little too small, and these pieces are a little too big. The door needs to be there. So if we do this and this, that's what we are working with. And then what we can do is Control X. So that is the style of the door. It just has like these lines that go up and the middle bits are filled with glass, but I think oh, you already watched it. Yeah, all I had to do was shoot a basketball hoop and I won all that money, and that is what we used to travel to California this summer. It was really fun. I also paid off my phone, paid up my bills. It's crazy. Alright, so we got that. I'm going to lower that down. We're just going to duplicate this up like that. Actually, oop, no, can do that. A tip I learned is when you are doing something like this is to find a piece. Can we do a line to surface, please? Is to find a piece, something like this will work, that you can squeeze in between the gap you're trying to make. So I would say this is a pretty close call. Then when you are duplicating, you have that measurement piece there to at least get a relatively same width in things that you're trying to do. So we'll do that. I can't believe he has 20 people in one video. Yeah. And me and all those people had to sit in like the waiting room, like this room to wait our turn, and it was so fun. We were all just kind of getting to know each other and talking about like who we were and stuff like that. It was really fun. It was a really, really surreal experience. There, and there we go. So then we can go in and delete these spacers, and we have our door for the most part. We just need to get in here with something like this will work. We can try and snap it, boop, boop, and turn it this way. There we go. So we can frame the door and lower that down to there. This is a little bit off. Here we go. Do that on one side, we'll do it on the other. And that is our door. Very, very strange looking, but super cool. How did we do the doors over here? Yeah, not too off in style, but I think it still works. We need something to use as a door handle. I don't think we're going to be able to use the same piece that we used. That's what's up. I'm glad you had some fun with Cash. Yeah, it was super fun. What can we use as a doorknob? Now I know there's two pieces that we could use. The piece that we used in the last build, I don't think will work for this because I think it is too big. But there is this weird little piece that a lot of people use for doors, and I want to try and find it. I just don't know where it is. So it's not in wall decorations. It's probably going to be in props. Let's look in general props. I'm pretty sure. What is that? Banner, post, horizontal. Aha, this piece. Yeah, a lot of people use this for doors, so we just slide that there. We're also gonna get one. And there we go, we have a door. And now what we can do is select all that except for the frame, duplicate that, boop, boop, and we're just going to rotate that over, plot that over here, like that, and we have our doors. Should we open them? Do you think we should leave those doors closed, or do you think we should open them? Because in here is going to be like guest services, info booths and guest services. I'll leave them closed until I hear what you guys think. But I think that door looks awesome. So here we need to do some windows. I'm gonna remove those. My God, I just got a whole bunch of emails. Everybody calm down. Calm down, I'm fine. Hold on, I'm just checking. It's an email from school. Tons of COVID. That's all the email's about. Alright, so here we need to do some windows. How can we do windows here? The way we did windows in the other one, I think we'll go ahead and stick with that style so that these look like the same type of architecture. We use these glass panels. How much space do we have? One. Okay, so we will do a 1 meter piece in the back, and then we will do a 2 meter piece and a 1 meter piece. And then we have some windows, and we will need to frame those. What was the name of these beam pieces that we used? Architecture beam. That was a tongue twister. I almost couldn't get that out. Arctic architecture. And then this is Arctic beam as well. So tons of Arctic. I can't even. Beams, which are all these right here. So what we're gonna do is use these beams to frame the doors and windows. So we'll have that one there. We'll have one here. And then here, and we're gonna put one like that so it doesn't look like the window goes all the way to the wall. And then these we gotta turn so they are a little bit more narrow. And we'll go like that. Do a nice beam there. And there. And then on the corners, we're gonna put like that, these pieces. And let me see if I can free move this. And can we get you to snap to the top of that, as well as snap rotation? And that just kind of frames off these windows a little bit. Yeah, I think that looks super cool. So now looking at this picture on the second floor, which let me just undo that. The second floor begins. Okay, so there's the first floor. 68 million people really watched. I went through the same drive-thru 1,000 times. Yeah, he does crazy stuff. He does some crazy stuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our floors are 5 meters tall, which is how many feet? Let's do meters to feet. 16 feet tall. These are very big structures. When we get people in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. These are gonna be huge. But that's okay. That is okay. Alright, so the second floor begins there, which means, let me try and get this there, there. That's where that piece needs to be. So if we select this building, I'm gonna try and get this aligned there. How is that? That is pretty close. And then this floor piece can come down. Oh, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the follow gang. This can go down to there. And actually these pieces, we go in here. We can use these smaller pieces. Like that. Like that, and that will make it look not as tall. And that is looking like the picture. I don't know if you guys want to see the reference photo. This is what I'm looking at. This is what I'm trying to build. It's my inspiration, if you will. And I'm also using the other building that we built. So, now that we have that, what we can do is come into this building. I'm going to select all of that. But not that wall. And move it all down. Boop, 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 boop. Put it there. Yeah, that'll work. And then you can come in here, put these pieces there. There we go. So that is our little porched area, which the door, it's all theoretical, but the door can be over here. Hidden. I can throw something in there really quick. Let's throw a nice door in. This actually kind of matches the theme. So I'll throw that in. That's how they get onto the balcony. Let's see, how does that look? Looks good. What we need to do now is move this roof down to meet. Wait till those pieces pop through. There we go. And then these bits, we can lower this whole building down to there. Now, one thing, I don't know how we're gonna do it. Oh, nice, it's like a jigsaw puzzle kind of thing. Instead of putting together a puzzle on the table, you're doing it on the computer. And you have to pick out the right parts to put together. Yeah, that's this whole game. It's just a big Lego game of seeing which pieces work and which ones don't. What we want to do now is try and fill in this triangular piece. I can't even scroll. Here, this bit, which is going to be probably the most difficult thing I've ever done in my entire life, because we don't have any pieces that small. We don't have any pieces that small. Like this piece is what would go there. So here's an idea. We won't fill that in. Let's go into beams. We're gonna go into the window. We're gonna put some Arctic beams. Do we want to use these decorative ones? No. For the window frame, we're just gonna use the plain ones. Can we get this? Boop, boop. All right. So let's frame out this window. Something like that. We can scoop this up a little bit. Put a piece over here. Actually, this piece needs to come in. Actually, no, we'll leave it there. We're gonna leave the middle open. We need to fill in that. So I'm going to. Boop. We're gonna have to eyeball this curve. Oh. I did the wrong. Ah! Hitting all the wrong buttons. We need to use this. Scoot. That looks pretty good. Yeah, actually, that is pretty spot on. Maybe just a little bit of adjusting. Like that. That is perfect. And we'll just pull that up to there, and then we will rotate that around. Boop. Get that to squeeze in. We have found some trouble. I think we got that. Alright, so that will go up to there. We actually need this to go to there. We can just slide that up like that. There we go. And then we just need to frame the bottom, which the bottom, scoot, I'm gonna do it scoot, scoot, like that, so it's a little bit more narrow. Okay, one, and I'll do all the way to the end, too. There's our big framed window. What I want to do for this roof piece is we used these beams last time. Now what I'm thinking is, how did I get there? Yeah, that's what I want it to do. We'll have to start here so that this is flush. Yes. We're just gonna build like a little Spaniard. I think a Spaniard? No, I forget what it's called. Spandrel? Spandrel. We're gonna build our own little spandrel. Alright, let's eyeball this curve, which I still think it might be 30 degrees. Is it 30? It's not, but it's so close. So close to 30. There we go. I'm gonna pull it forward. Oh, not yet. We're gonna pull all of it forward. So that, ow, scratch on my butt. Right there. Let me rotate that at 45 degrees. Boop, 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 boop. And then, like that. Then I'm going to take these little pieces. Ow. Something's biting me. Something is on me. Like that. And we'll make little bits that pop out. Probably about that far. To cover up. That one there. One there. One there and there. And one at the top. There we go. And then we can select all these. I'm just going to move it out a little bit. Probably good. Right? Looks pretty cool. I think so. And then what we can do is duplicate all of this. And move it through here. I'm going to go into this view so we can now what we need to do, oh, I'm in this view, sorry, I was like, what's going on? We need to adjust these a little bit. And so what I'm gonna do is we're gonna duplicate pieces like that. And then we're gonna say separate from the building. Move it over so that these beams line up. That's pretty good. And lower it down. Actually, that looks way too far off the edge. So let me try and do it like there. Yeah. Let's do the same to these pieces. Looks like it's right about there. And we can add more beams here. Like that. To cover up those metal beams. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to see. In the evening. All right, we're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. All right, now looking at this, we have what looks like a flat roof or maybe a very shallow roof covering this bit. So let's see, what is the shallowest roof that we have? No. This one. I think this will work. Very shallow roof. Yeah. Yeah. I think that gets the point across. One thing that sucks is the way these stairs are. We're not gonna be able to get the gardening like it is in the picture, and I really kind of like these flower beds. So how can we fix that without it being an extreme pain? The only thing I can think is instead of having the stairs go out to the sides, is having them come down straight forward. Don't know if I would like that. That's how it is in the actual house. The stairs are in between these two pillars. We can try that. It's gonna be a pain in the ass to get these to work with us. Alright, so we're going to say align to grid. So that's what we have to work with. Then I'm going to say that we're going to allow very shallow. I'm going to say, oh, we need to deselect the grid. Okay. Yes. Okay. So no. No. Yeah, that's fine. Now we need to say align to grid again. choose that piece. We're going to deselect it. We're going to say down. And there we go. No. This can go... It's hard to see. There we go, that works. That works. Where is the actual path? It is there. So let's smooth this. Okay, I'm just gonna move it like out of the way. Boop. So that we can see where these paths are, because that's how we're going to decide where to put like some flower beds up here. So move that out of the way as well. Yeah, so here we go. Don't want that. So we're gonna have a flower bed all right in here and all right in there. So that's perfect. I'm thinking I want to put something in the middle here that will have seats around it. I kind of want... Ooh, we can use those new pieces that we got with the Australia pack, because those things are cool. They're like these little fence pieces. I think they're actually in the fence category. Yes. These pieces. Can we change the color? It's a little bit... That sand is a bit harsh. Let's build out a shape here. I kind of want it... Okay, I thought it was on a grid, but it is not. I kind of want it to be sort of like an oblong amoeba shape. If we move this, if we turn on snapping, okay, so these will snap to each other. So we'll go that way, then we'll go this way. Oh, perfect, it knows what I want to do. Nope, can we go the other way? That way. Yeah. That is cool. And then what we can do is go into nature maybe. We have that fake dirt here. And we can use this fake dirt in here. Let's get rid of align to surface. We're gonna go up and just kind of squeeze these in here. Like that, and then some pieces here, and a little piece in there. So that is the dirt. Let's make sure it's not hooking out. It is not. Okay. Let's try and position this. Yeah, more like that. Oh, somebody's messaging me from class. I'm gonna lower this down right about there. I think that is an interesting shape to work with. So then, let's go into some nature. We already have some nature picked out, everything. And we can fill this in with some shrubbery and things. We'll start with like some greenery in the middle. Yep, like that. And then we will work our way out. Like that looks good enough. Let's get some of these in here. Oops. Ooh, what do we have? Snapping or something? There we go. I'm gonna lower that. We want it there. Some of that in there. Let's get some of these cactus plants because I love these cactus plants. I think they are super cute. And then we're not gonna have any trees in this. Let's get some of these in there. It's a nice bright color. Some of these ones. And I think we'll throw in a couple of these bad boys. Throw one over there. Throw one in the middle. And that gives us a nice little tropical feel. We need something in this space here, so let's get some of these. I think that looks super cool. Now we can lay the path out to try and surround it. I want it to go around the path. Actually, what we should do first, here's an idea I have. We're just going to make a super big path, and I want to try and connect it. We don't need 45 degrees on. We'll connect it like that. We're going to place some benches so that we can get them where we want them. Which benches do we want to use? I'm thinking these ones? No. No. These cement ones might do fine. You can't change the color of them? No. Can you change the color of this one? I like these wooden benches. I just wish we could make them a lighter wood. I don't like this style. That's not really the style of our zoo. No, those don't really match. That is not really, that's insane. Here are our Australia benches. Those are very Asian themed. These ones might work. They're very modern. Let's stick with the cement for now. So I don't think there's any design really on these. Let's get rid of that. Try and get these benches placed where we want them. I'm gonna put a bench there. I'm gonna put a bench. Dang it. So I'm gonna move away from the edge. Place a bench there. And some of these edges are going to be hard to get around. Here we go. Put a nice bench there. Let's put one over here. I want one here. Alright, and then we can just go place some trash bins. Place one there and one on the end. There we go. So now people can come in and sit around there. So now we can get rid of this path and we can go placing it where we need it. So I'm gonna say something like that, and then something like that. You can also have a path that goes there, and you can have one that goes across. Like that. So now they won't be walking there. They'll only walk kind of around it. And they'll also sit in the benches. It'll glitch a little bit because they're not close enough to them, but they still will be able to sit in those benches. So let's get this back over here. These have to line up. I think actually that was pretty much where we had it. It's pretty good. And then this one squeezed in like that. Yeah, look at that. Super cool. Now we just need to duplicate those down. Those are going to be annoying. But I don't think there's a way to get rid of them because the path is at a height. I don't want to read anymore. I wish I wasn't back in college. Yeah, I feel you. I have a lot of reading to do tonight for homework as well, and I just don't want to do it. I'm like, what annoying is the most annoying is when the teacher tells you that you need to read the chapter, and then they teach the chapter, and it's like, yeah, why do I have to read this chapter if you're just going to teach it? Or if they why can't we get this to go on either side? Something is being very weird. But what we can do is we're gonna have to move this whole building. I'm gonna select as much as I can. We don't want any of that, actually. We don't want that. Why is it still selecting this building? There we go. We don't need the floors. We just have this building. Okay. Let's move it to fix this. Alright. What isn't making sense? If I put this here, we'll need to double select this and then we'll hit move, we'll lock it, there we go. That's what I wanted. Now let's select all this again and try and adjust it. Oh my gosh. I still don't know why it's selecting this. There we go, we have just the building. So I felt really bad when you were telling me all the crap that happened with you lately and with the medication and all that, so I was trying to think of a really good compliment to cheer you up. Here it goes. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Yeah, actually yesterday was a really crappy day. I mean, you know, at the stream I was saying how I failed my test and that just really hurt me, failing that test. And then City Skylines was just crap yesterday. Like, our city got hit by a tsunami, we lost 1,200 people, and I was just like, what is happening? And then Chadwick Boseman died. And if you don't know, I'm a huge Black Panther fan. Like, huge, like, huge. I love Black Panther. I love him. And it broke my heart yesterday. I finished the stream and I was doing homework and my friend called me and he was like, look, I don't want to be the one that has to tell you this, but you need to know. And I was like, oh God, you know what? And he was like, Chadwick Boseman died. And I was like, you're lying? Yeah, that's not even something to joke about. And he was like, I wish, but he had colon cancer and he died. And I cried hysterically on the floor. Right here. I was on the floor for like an hour crying. I called my dad, I called my mom, and I was just like, what? I was like, this is the worst day ever. So I woke up this morning, I was like, today's a new day, I'm gonna try and have a good day. And I cleaned my house, as you can see, got candles lit. I cleaned the house, I vacuumed, I did the dishes, I ate some apples. I'm gonna have a good day. And so far, things have been going pretty good. Pretty good. This build is coming along very nicely. What did you say? If I was as gorgeous as you, I think my brain would go crazy to trying to comprehend my own beauty. Yeah. Sometimes I'll feel really pretty, like certain days. I feel like everybody might go through this, where it's like some days you just, your confidence is like super boosted. I actually have bipolar disorder. So when I'm in mania is usually when I notice I'm pretty, or I feel pretty, I feel confident, I feel sexy, and over exerting that. And then when I go through my depressive phases, it's like the complete opposite. So yeah, sometimes like when I'm in mania, I'll just stare at myself in the mirror and it's like I don't even recognize myself. Like I feel like I'm staring at a completely different person. And it's just like, whoa, who are you? Like, wow. If my high school self could look at you right now and tell you that it's gonna be alright, like, you will glow up, I feel like I would have gotten through high school a lot better. Because I wasn't ugly in high school. Honestly, I still feel like I look exactly the same in high school. The only difference now is I know how to put on eyeliner and like I know how to put in extensions properly. But when I was like in high school, I just felt so ugly and people used to make fun of me all the time. So I actually have an idea for some construction. Yeah, with all that wild child hair. Yeah. I was actually seen when I was in high school. I don't know if you know what being seen is. I used to tease my hair out really big on top, and I had raccoon tails clipped in. I had these big bangs that covered like almost all my face. I used to wear huge eyeliner, like circling my eyes like a raccoon. I used to wear like colorful skinny jeans and like the studded belts and Converse. I was like a full-on scene kid. And the kids used to make fun of me. So 7th grade was the worst year for me. I had the worst time with bullies in 7th grade. And there was this group of kids, and I won't name them, but I literally despise people who have their names, just because of that. And they used to pick on me, and I used to come into class, and they'd be like, "Oh my god, did you look in the mirror when you got dressed today?" And I was just kind of like, actually, yeah, I tried really hard to get dressed today because I knew you guys were going to make fun of me. I think about it all the time. I'm like, man, if I would have just been able to, like, meet my younger self and just tell him, like, look, listen, one day you're going to be beautiful and people are going to want to be your friend and you're going to be extremely intelligent. You're going to be in school studying physics. Like, don't listen to these people that are telling you you're too stupid and that you'll never be able to study physics, because you will be doing it one day. And those people who are making fun of you are going to be stuck in this hometown still, working at Arby's or Wendy's, or they're gonna get arrested while they're working at Twin Peaks for prostitution scandals, and you are going to be happy and successful, then I feel like things would have been so different. But it's so hard, you know, when you're in high school and people are telling you one thing and you're trying to tell yourself the other thing. Like, you know, my mother's always telling me, you're so beautiful, don't listen to them. Don't ever listen when anybody tells you you're so beautiful. And it's like, yeah, thank you, but, like, I don't feel beautiful. So it doesn't matter if I am, because if I hate myself, then I'm never going to actually feel beautiful. I would have been like, whoa, who's that smoke show? They used to call me Swordfish. I don't even think I have that big of a nose anymore, which is a lot. I'll tell you what, that is a huge accomplishment for me to not think my nose is that big. But I always said in high school that as soon as I got the money, the first thing I was going to do was get a nose job, because they used to make fun of me and they used to call me Swordfish. Do you guys think these surfboards look kind of cool in here? Yeah, they look kind of cool. And like they would call my name in class and I would turn around to look at them and they would all duck, like my nose was going across the classroom. And they would call me Swordfish. They'd be like, Swordfish, Swordfish. And then one time they used to make fun of my hair so much, all the time. And so I wore a wig to school. I bought a Hannah Montana wig. It was the Miley Cyrus version, the brown one. Not Hannah Montana, it was Miley Cyrus. I bought a wig and I put it on and I went to school because they kept making fun of me. So I was like, I wore a wig and I went to school. And this one kid, his name was Guillermo. I hate him. I said I wouldn't list any names. But I was in class and I was talking to the teacher. I don't even know what about. I was talking to the teacher. It was me and her in the back of the classroom, and he came up to me, and I was just kind of like talking to the teacher and noticed he was there, and I was just kind of like looked over at him, and he grabbed my hair, and I was like, can you not touch me? And he was like, is that fake? And then everyone in the class just started laughing, and I was just like, yeah, and everyone started laughing even more, and I was like, I don't understand why you guys are laughing and I have fake hair on, like, half of you have braids in your hair, which has fake hair on the ends. And this one girl, which was one of the girls who picked on me, I won't say her name, was wearing weave. So I'm like, why are you guys making fun of me for wearing fake hair when you guys are all wearing fake hair? So I was like, whatever. And then later that day when we were in the hallway, that same kid and his friend, which were kind of like the leaders of their little group of friends, pulled off my wig in the hallway, off the back of my head, and started throwing it around in the hallway. And I had like a wig cap on because my mom helped me braid my hair down and put a wig cap on. And they were all like making fun of me, and this one kid took a picture of me with my wig cap, and then they threw it around, they got it all knotted up and just destroyed, because it was like a cheap costume wig, and they threw it on the floor, and then they all went to class, and I just like sat in the hallway and cried, and then I got yelled at for not being in class and skipping class, and I got sent to ISS, and then I called my mom to pick me up. That was like the worst fucking day ever. So it's like really hard now as an adult to feel confident. It's one of those things that I feel like those people, there was 5 of them, I feel like they will never understand what it is that they did to me. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if I met them in real life nowadays and they were like, oh, I'm so sorry about everything that happened in middle school, you know, the past, and I would just be like, no, like, I don't forgive you. I have worked past the way you made me feel, and I've worked past it, but I won't forgive you ever for making me feel that way. You know what I mean? Like, I can move on and accept myself now and love myself, but I will never forgive them for making me hate myself. And I feel like that's okay. You know, I feel like a lot of people get bullied, and, you know, people always say, oh, you can't heal if you don't forgive. I don't think that's true at all. I don't think there's anything wrong with being able to work through the trauma and still saying, I don't feel the way I feel about myself anymore because of you, but I won't forgive you for making me feel that way in the beginning, like, to begin with. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. My therapist always had tried to, like, get me to work through it and was like, think about it from their point of view. What could they have been going through that would make them want to lash out at somebody like that? And I'm just like, I understand what you're trying to say. I understand that you're trying to say, look at the bright side. Everybody has a reason for doing what they do. Usually it's because of some home situation stuff. And I was just like, no. I don't have to forgive them, but I can move on from it. I don't hate my nose anymore. I hated my nose for like probably 13 years of my life. Hated my nose. I don't hate my nose anymore, but because of them, if somebody stares at me for too long, I feel like they're looking at my nose. Like, you know what I mean? And I can't forgive those group of people for making me feel like that for the rest of my life. It says, all the kids that were like that in high school are the ones that got preggers right out of high school and have to work around having a kid and her managers at Dunkin' Donuts. Their parents didn't beat them enough. Oh my god. That's so mean. So that's another thing I'm saying. I would never wish harm on these people that bullied me. These group of people. I would never wish harm on them. I would never wish anything, horrible for them or their family. But where life has gone now for all of us is just poetic justice enough, because those people peaked in high school. Like, that's just completely honest. That's how it is. And yeah, they're working at Twin Peaks. They make all their money from OnlyFans. And they didn't go to the college. Like, one of the kids that picked on me was our quarterback. And, it was all this big thing. He was going to go to California and he was going to play football. But as soon as we got out of high school, he didn't get into any colleges, and now he's working at Wendy's, and he's never played football since. He says, no, F that, I'm vindictive as fuck. I wish the worst on those pricks. And that's what I'm saying. At first, I hated them. I was like, if I had the money and the means, I would pay somebody to kill them. But as I was able to work through that trauma, I learned that I don't even need to bother myself with somebody like that. Like, the energy that it would take to be vindictive isn't worth the energy for those kind of people. They're just terrible, terrible people, and they don't deserve my time. My time is precious. You guys get my time because you guys deserve my time. And I feel like you are the kind of people who deserve my time. They don't deserve my time. They don't deserve my anger. They don't deserve my sympathy. They don't deserve any of it. They don't deserve my vindictiveness or my pettiness. So that's where I am with all that. But yeah, let's get back to building. I want to build some planters because I think that will kind of get the vibe going here. And I had an idea for how to do the border. It just might take a sec to put together. I want to find those wooden pieces we got from the Australian pack. Those plain pieces of wood. Where are they? Let's filter by the Australia pack. Ooh, nice. No. So they're not in there. They're not in science. What is this? No, they're not in science. They have to be here in construction. Aha! Here they are. Which section? Where are they? They're not in wall pieces, not in arches. Structural props? No. Are they in wall decoration? They're in wall decorations. Okay, so let's remember that. You're gorgeous. I'm glad that you're happy with the relationship with the boyfriend. and you'll have to let me know when the wedding is so I can mail you a toaster. Do you want to know a funny story? Have I told you guys this story about my wedding? Because it is a doozy. So the guy that I'm with right now, my boyfriend, we were actually engaged before. And so I met him September of 2016. We moved in together about 6 months later. And then the summer of 2017, so it was about right before our 1 year anniversary, I proposed to him and I asked him to marry me. And then we planned a wedding, and we were supposed to get married November 10th of 2018. And a month before the wedding, he called the whole thing off. He just felt like marriage wasn't what he needed. And we broke up, and we hated each other, and I threw all of his things out in the front yard. And I had to go to the hospital because I tried to kill myself. And then we didn't talk for about 4 months. He started sleeping with this girl who, when we were dating, was his friend, who I didn't like because every single person that was friends with us said, for me, they were like, don't let him be friends with her, like, or whatever, because they're gonna cheat on you. And I was just like, I trust him. I understand that she likes him. Like, that wasn't without a fucking doubt. But I was like, I trust that he's not gonna do anything. And then after we broke up, like not even 2 weeks later, he was sleeping with her, visiting her at work, and giving her rides to school. So I was just like, oh, cool. So then I didn't talk to him. Yeah, I didn't talk to him. And I applied to universities in California. And I was like, I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm getting away from him. And then he started texting me and was like, I miss you. And I was like, fuck you, basically. You know, go be with her if you want to be with her. And he was just like, I only want to be with you. And I was like, no, you don't, obviously. Did you forget the whole part where I wanted to marry you and you didn't want to marry me? Like, I literally couldn't have loved you more than I did in that moment when I was like, hey, will you marry me? Because it wasn't even like we were at dinner and I was like, let's get married. And he was like, okay. Like, I planned a full-on proposal. It was Star Wars themed. I dressed up like Princess Leia. Our whole family was there. We were on vacation. Like, it was a big deal. Like, and he was like, when he called off the wedding, and he's still to this day, like, we're dating now, we've worked through it. And to this day, he still doesn't understand why I was so hurt about the wedding calling off, and I just don't think he realizes how important me marrying him was. Like, I think that he thought I just wanted to be married, but I was like, no, dude, like, I didn't want to just be married, I wanted to be married to you, you know? But he just doesn't understand it. So now, I am in school, we have our own places now, we are dating, but he is on some thin ice. He's got very few chances to mess up with me. And marriage is not something I am thinking about, and I won't be thinking about for a very long time, not until I have my doctorate. But yeah, that's where we are. So, it'll be a long time before I even think about marriage with him, so you don't have to worry about buying a toaster. I hope it works out this time. Shit, yeah. It's been good. This time around, you know, the communication has been a lot better. Way better. And we both understand where we are in life and what it is that we want from a relationship, what we want from each other, what we need from each other, what we don't need. He's a lot more needy, more clingy, emotionally needy than he was in our first relationship, whereas I am a lot less needy. Because when we first broke up, it was kind of like I went through this spiral of emotions, and is why I ended up having to go to the hospital. Because, you know, when we first broke up, I was just like, I was like, we're gonna get married, so I thought that I was like, I was ready, you know? I was like, yeah, I always felt like I was wife material. And so for him to call off the wedding, it was like this weird thought process of maybe I'm not as awesome as a person as I thought I was. Maybe I'm not wife material. And I was just kind of like devastated. I remember the last guy you were with, you said it was really bad. Is it the same guy? Most likely. Because I've been with this guy on and off, exclusively for the past, since 2016. So, it's probably him. Do you guys think this looks cool? With these little wooden pieces? Yeah, sometimes we get in arguments. I mean, we fight now, still, like we did before. It's just different now. Because before, when we fought, it was like, I felt like if we fought, he was just gonna leave me. So I was like, oh, I don't want to make him upset. I don't want to give him a reason to feel like he needs to leave or something like that. But now, we both are kind of like, we don't need each other. We enjoy each other's company. So if for whatever reason, the other person changes and is no longer the kind of person that we need to be with, it's like, you know, like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I don't need him. I want to be with him. And if he is, like, being some type of person where I'm just like, I don't need to put up with tiptoeing on ice because I feel like if I am the person that I want to be, it will make him want to leave me. You know? Before, that's how I was. I was like, oh, you know, he doesn't like something about me. I can't think off the top of my head. Like, oh, he doesn't like this thing about me. So I'm just going to stop doing that because I don't want him to leave. Whereas now I'm like, if he's like, hey, I don't like that you're doing this, or something like that, or whatever, I'm just kind of like, well, you know, okay, then leave and go find somebody who does that. But not even like, not in the sense of like, hey, I don't like that you sleep with other people. Like, that's different. But if he's like, hey, you support Black Lives Matter and I don't, then I'm like, I don't need to deal with that. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit more... Okay. So I think we are getting somewhere. I'm gonna delete this building. Oh, I see what happened here. So... let's go in here. These pieces... damn it. These pieces belong to this building. Damn it. So we're gonna say separate from building, and then we're gonna say this and this. We're gonna add those together. Hello! Welcome to the stream! Do you guys think this looks cool? I think this little garden looks kind of cool, right? With these little stone things. Do you think that looks fine? Or do you think that kind of clashes with the style over here? Like, do you think there's too many styles going on now? I think it looks pretty cool. I'm gonna delete this building for now so I can save this blueprint. Oh. Well, I'll be having a Guinness night in celebration of the wedding in 6 to 10 years. Yeah, that's probably about how long it's gonna be. Because I was doing the math of how long I'm gonna be in school, and I'm gonna be here finishing up my bachelor's until the summer of 2023, and then hold on 2023, and then I need approximately 3 more years for grad school, so 2026 will be when I graduate with my doctorate, and that is 6 years from now. So 6 years is my bare minimum of looking into getting married. Bare minimum, 6 years. I think it will look too bland and empty without a little plant garden by the steps. Without the little plant garden. Yeah, I want to put plants there, definitely. I just don't know if the border of it is cool. I like having these funky shapes. Like wiggly shapes, and instead of having it so straight and stuff. So let's try and do that over here. Boop, boop, boop. We're gonna add it to this building. Try and get this. We need to align to surface. Nope. Move that. There we go. So this is going to take a bit of time. That's about right. So this is gonna go wiggle around. We're gonna have it pop out and come in right about there. Because I don't remember. Let's leave that piece there. Let's move these so we can see where the path is. Yeah, because I don't want these pieces to come out past the path. So that no people are walking through it. I like it. It goes with the African shield in the mini garden. Like it's shack out in the brush. It's kind of ran shack. It's supposed to be Australian, like Australian African. That's what I'm mixing together, is Australian and African, trying to do this rustic, modern style, but also having that theme. Like the buildings are modern, but I kind of want it to feel like this. I don't know how to describe the style in my head, but it's what we're going for here. This vibe right here. Let's do this. This is going to take some time. How long have we been streaming? Awesome. We still have a whole hour. So we're going to go up like this. These are the things that take forever, but when you get them done, it is worth it. That. Let's go back a little bit. Definitely works. Awesome. Back a little bit. Alright, now we're going to turn out. I want to give this like a relative, because we're going to put a tree here. So I want this to go out. And then curve back in. So let's curve this out. Nice. This is going to turn. straight for a little bit. And then alright. And this is just gonna kinda fade away over here. That looks kind of cool, right? It's a nice funky shape. A little wiggle wiggle. So then we're gonna go in and select a bunch of random ones. Just shift and click a bunch of random ones. We're gonna move those ones down. Then I'm gonna pick a bunch of different random ones. But we're not gonna select any of the ones we just lowered down. Those ones are gonna go up. Nice. And then we just need to select some of these pieces and we're just gonna rotate them like that. Give them a little bit of a wiggle. And there we go. Now we just need to add nature pieces. Let's go here. I'm gonna use the circles. There we go. These fill up the space pretty good. There we go. Get some small bits in there. And then we're gonna fill in the last of these gaps. And these don't have to be perfect. Like it doesn't have to be perfectly filled in. Alright, so let's see what plants we're gonna put in here. Let's start with some greenery. You always start with some greenery. That is what you use as your base. So put a little bit of height back here. Then we will grab some ferns, plop those in, get some of these nice bigger ferns, plop one of those in, we'll get a smaller one over here. Get some of these cute little ones, I like these. We're gonna get some of these cactus plants because I really love these cactus plants, like aloe vera. Then, let's see, get some of this color in here, some of that color. Now we need some shrubbery, so we'll get that in there. We'll do another one of those. Get a couple of small ones down here. And then I want to get these in there as well. These are going to be kind of towards the back. Get one in there. One in there, and that should be good. It's looking sick. This tree needs to kind of scoot away from the house a little bit. So do something like that. Yeah, looks super cool. Let's get this back in place. I think this one needs to be adjusted, actually. There we go. Yeah. We're getting somewhere. What we need to do here is this needs windows. So let's delete all of that. Oops. And we're gonna put, we don't need the Australia pack. Let's put a 1 meter piece here. And then we'll put some glass. We'll do 2 meters. Bam, bam. Another 1 meter. 1 meter, oops. Glass. Ah! Sorry guys, still trying to get used to the mouse. Put a 1 meter here. And then 1 meter on top. Put it this way. Then alright, I will catch you on the flippity flop. Alright, I hope you have a good rest of your weekend. I'm going to do some reading. Alright, well thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for entertaining me and letting me talk about the chaos that is my life. I will see you hopefully next weekend when we stream. Let's look at the picture of the house. Yeah. So, looking at this picture, these windows go all the way up to here. Sometimes you just gotta vent. Yes, that is the truth. But I hope you have a good time reading. I hope you get some work done. Why is everybody blowing on my phone? Like, my friends never text me, but as soon as I start streaming, it's like... Actually, let's do 2 meters here. And then we'll do 2 meter walls. Yeah, that is something. Yeah, I like that. Now, how are we gonna do this? Because this roof pitches over this roof. Okay, so we might be able to do this in a weird way. So here's what I'm going to do. It's kind of going to be chaotic, but I'm going to select all that we just placed. We're going to separate it from the building. And then we're going to slide it back to there. Let's scoot it so that it is flush. There. Let's get rid of that. Go back in here. We want to position snap. Let's try and get this. that work? Almost. So what we can do... Let's get this flush with that wall. Is that flush? Good enough. And we'll duplicate it like that. And then we will raise the roof. Okay, and then we're going to use these smaller pieces to do that. There's a little bit of glitching, but I think it will be okay. Actually, yeah. That should be fine. That just gives us some more variety in angles and stuff. So now what we need to do is get this arch piece, which should fit just perfectly. Let's go into roofs, and we're gonna use these roofs. It's gonna be a little bit steeper than these ones, so we're not gonna be using the 2 meter. Is that all we have is the 4 meter? The 4 meter is a bit steep. Let's stick with the 2 meter for now. We're gonna go up like that, and then I'm going to duplicate that over, and this should line up. With that, it doesn't, but we're going to adjust that. Duplicate this back. These pieces here, we don't need them because these are going to line up. So let's separate that from the building. Let's line these up. Oh, this is hurting my eyes. There we go. Whoa, okay. Is that good? It's a little bit off, but I can't tell. Okay. So it needs to go up. Aha! Needs to go down. I think that is as flush as it's going to get. I think that looks super cool. So now this continues up. Like that. Can this go in there? It cannot. Ooh. I have an idea of how we'll do that, but we'll get to that in a second. Let's get these pieces in. Didn't think about that. Didn't think about that, but what we can do, let me just delete this. Let's go in here. We don't need these bits of roof. There we go. And then we just duplicate that around. And then we just say separate all that. We should just be able to slide this forward. This building needs to slide over this way. There we go. Now we just need to fill in this gap here, and how we're gonna do that is with those construction pieces. There we go. So there we go. It will peek through a little bit, but not as much. We'll only have a little bit coming through. Can we go into T? Yeah, you can barely even see it. I think that looks super awesome. It looks a little bit different in the photo, but I think it looks okay. Need some of these apple slices because they are staring at me. Apples and peanut butter, I swear. There's something else. Alright. I ate too much. I don't think we're gonna get this video finished. Alright, so looking at what we have, this piece lines up with this roof. So all this back here goes away. That can probably stay. This is gonna duplicate all the way down like that. And then this piece, what is that? This piece is gonna do so. Let's say there. then that will work. And that goes all the way up until here. And then we have okay, so undo that. We need to go up a little bit higher. Like that. Yep. And then yes, that will go there. And then this will actually go like that. Yes. So I'm just trying to figure out because the roof heights are differing. I gotta slow down. So this roof is gonna do this. We need to go here. Come on. It's gonna go. Let's use a 2 meter. I think 2 meters should work. Yeah, that's what it. My God. That's what it does, and it comes around. Let's eat another apple. So this piece goes like that. And then can we Okay. So to fill this bit of roof in, we need to use I'm thinking these? No, we're not using the steepest ones. Yes. Perfect. Yes, that's what it does. And then okay. Now we just gotta figure out this. Window. Okay, what we can do here's what we can do. We can continue this out to a level. We need walls here. Interesting. Let's see, can we select? This is all off, which is annoying me. Okay. That is flush there. And it leaves a gap there. That's where that's gotta go. Okay. What are we trying to do here? This will go there, and that will go there. And then this will need, nope, we need 1 meter. Like that. Does that look fine? That is the, for the most part, the shape of the house. We have this little bit over here. That. Put that there. And then this piece will go in like that. Oops. We need the brick pieces. We need to do some work here. This is gonna come this way and this way. Then we're gonna duplicate a piece there, separate that. And then the same with this. There we go. Gives us a little bit of a lip on the roof. We'll need to do that here as well, which we can do that by duplicating all this out, separating it from the building, and then pushing it into the building. Yep, that works. Need to do that here as well. So let me okay, so we'll duplicate that, or separate that from the building, and duplicate it, push it out a little bit. Just gotta push these in. There we go. So it gives us a little bit of a lip to work with. We can do the same thing here. Actually, we're gonna make that into a chimney. It's supposed to be like a little roofed piece, but I'm gonna make it a chimney instead. Why won't it select this piece? There we go. So that will become a fireplace. I like the way this is looking. Need an apple. Okay. It's kind of like a ski lodge, right? So now we just need to fix some windows. So this needs to have windows. We can put some windows in. Like that. And anybody else? Where can we fit some windows? I think that is going to be it. And do the same thing over here. Just duplicate that. Let's actually do this. So for that one up there, we're gonna do single pane, and for over here we'll do double pane. Like that. Hi, Emmy. Would you like to come up here with us? Come on. Hello. Welcome. Do you want to say hello to everybody? Ooh. Say hello. Say hello. Hello, everybody. It is me, Em. I've come to play video games with you guys. There you go. Get comfy. You're not comfy? No space? She's gonna want me to get a blanket. Maybe get a blanket so she can lay. Can I help you? There we go. She is very picky about how she likes to lay. There you go. Is that comfy? Is that comfy? She likes it, I think. Okay. What we need to do now is, I have an idea for this area right here. What we need to do first is plop some path pieces down. Just like that. And then we need to go to facilities. And I'm gonna put some picnic tables around. Oop. I want it right there. Come on. See if we can get it to fit. There we go. Then we can just erase the path. And we have some picnic tables. And let's go to terrain. Let's get some gravel. Tree bark? No. Terrain. There we go. Soil. There we go. Let's see if we can come over here. Let's put some awnings over them. Do we want to put little tents? I think so. Everything else is very stylized. So let's see, snap to position. Is there a reason? These don't have snapping positions? Alright. Plop those down. Can I multi-select these? I can't, so let me multi-select those. I want to change these to a green color, since that is kind of the theme of our park. Forevergreen. Yeah, and I feel like that looks pretty cool. So let's lower these down. Like that. And then are these centered? I don't think this one is. Something like that. Yeah! That looks cool. Let's put another one of those trucks. Steam Workshop. So the hot dog squad we already have in. Here is a smoothies truck. So we're gonna plop that up here. Like they parked up on the curb. Do something like that so we can see the Pip Shop Smoothies. Now, that does look a bit atrocious. Maybe this needs to move like over here somewhere. Let's actually move it over here. And then we can use a natural path. Don't want to see those bits, so if we select that, I don't want to connect. We do something like that. Set line to grid. There we go. And then we'll select this. That way we won't see anything. I don't know. I hate that you can see the path. Alright, let me just try and smooth these out. There we go. That's a little bit better. You don't see as much of it. I don't like that you can see it right there. Let's not do that. So here, alright, so that makes it look like there's not so much going on there. I think that works. We can put some of these things in there, which were in wall decorations. Here we go. So we're just gonna, let me select these. So then it is in the building. And then that way we can do that. Nice, there we go. scoot that up. Yes. And then just need like a piece there. Is that straight? That is pretty good. Like that. And then they can enter all on this side. That works. Do that, and then we can try and rotate all of this. Something like that. I think that is pretty good. Let's do it up to here. And then the border to the zoo will be there. So let me do this. And then we will put some more benches there. Yeah, so it's like a cool place for people to come and eat. So let me just get some of these in there. Alright. We just need to dress this up a bit. So, terrain. Need some trees. First we can get some of these in. Then we can get some trees. Put one there and we can get one there. One of these. Just to cover up the back of that. I think that looks pretty cool. Just need to dress some of this up now. Do one of these little guys. Yes, I think that looks kind of cool. Yeah, I like that. And then we just need to hide some of these stumps with a few things. So maybe put a tree there. Tree there. A little one there. An aloe vera plant. There. And over here we can put some flowers. There's like no way to really hide that. What we can try and do is a bit of a trick. Let's make that as big as we can and do that. And then we just gotta hide these ends. I'm gonna put one of these down, maybe one of these. And then over here we can dress this up a little bit more because we have this corner. Let's put a little bush there. And there. Some aloe vera plants, some ferns. Some bushes. Some color. Let's see if we can get a tree. I think this one might be too big. Yep, put that one in. That'll work. And then we can put like one of these back there. Like one of the big ones. There we go. And this is gonna have a barrier. Let's use the wooden one. That works. So nobody sneaks into the zoo, you know? Alright, this is a good saving point. Okay. These are orange. Let's make these green. Here we go. I'm liking the way this is looking. This building is just quite bland, so it's gonna need some more detail work. So let's frame these windows. There we go. And then we can just duplicate all of these. Let's say 45 degrees. Boop, boop. And we can, oh no. I gotta go. Actually, that works pretty well. So we'll do that. I don't think we need to put anything. What we need to do is get these little pieces. Need to scoot back. Like that. We need to dress up this roof a little bit. What is this? Decorative trim. Bamboo. Can we say align service? Those are cool. Kind of cool. A little bit of a design there. Yeah. Now, this needs a window. So let's go. Perfect. And then we can just duplicate all these pieces. Boop. Slide that in. Looks actually kind of weird having this one sticking out, so let's just lower that down just because of where it is. Alright, so that's looking cool. We need some light fixtures. Let's get it there. These are cool. Can we say snap position? Alright, let's do not do position snap. Wall light. Yes. I'm trying to think how to get these centered. So I guess we'll do that. And then we'll put the second one here. Oops. Right about there. And then we can duplicate these. There we go, so there's some light at night. Then we can put these lights up in these places. Give us some light at night. so now we got lights over there. Let's see what that looks like at night. Why aren't those lighting up? No power. Okay, we need to go into settings and say power everything. Game. Alright, here we go. Animal settings. We're going to say disable all of these things. We will enable it as we go. Let's say maximize all those things and we will change it as we go. Actually, there. I'll say they need to drink and eat and stuff still. And then we're gonna say staffs don't want to quit. There we go. That looks pretty cool. Those don't really give much light. Let's see. Stadium light. Path light. I think these will work well. I'll put a light there. And then select that. Let's push it up a little bit so it's hidden in the floor. And then I'm going to duplicate that. Move it over here. There we go. And then we can duplicate this light. Move it up. So we have some lights there, and then path lights. We just drop a couple lights in here. And then we can duplicate all those lights. Move them down. That's got some lights. And here we need some lights. Okay. These dirt piles need to... Why is this fly in here? It will never leave. Out of here. I swear I've crushed this fly like 8 times now. Alright, what we need to do is move all these dirt pieces up. Actually, that means we're gonna need to move all of this up. Here we go. And this building, we can move back. Yeah, I mean, I think we're onto something. We're gonna have to go ahead and wrap up the stream because we are pushing time. But I think it's looking good. I mean, we're not gonna get people in just yet. But yeah, I mean, the only thing left is a little bit more detail work. A lot more detail work. But the front is getting there. We just need to do some work over here and something over here. And then of course we need to lay down like tons of little set pieces and design things to make it look super cool. But I'm gonna go ahead and do that off camera. If you want to see how it ends up finishing, I'll be posting that in an episode on YouTube, hopefully by the end of this weekend. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching. We will be streaming again tomorrow, Airport CEO. So if you're interested in that, that'll be from 3 to 6 tomorrow. If you ever miss a live stream, I always upload it to YouTube. So you're always welcome to go subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that way you will always get notified when I post a stream on there, or just there's also some series going on. I'm playing some City Skylines, and we're doing a Planet Zoo series that is based on this zoo that we're in right now. And I think that's pretty much it. If you follow the Twitter, you'll know when I'm planning on going live. I usually post on there when I'm going to go live. And then if you want to follow me in my personal life, you can always follow my Instagram or my Snapchat. They are linked next to me there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you for all the fun conversations. It was fun to talk to you guys about some personal things. I will see you guys in the next live stream. If I don't see you in another one, I hope you have a great morning, evening, night, whatever time it is, wherever you are, and I will see you guys later. Bye!